premier teams in the land looking to make a statement that will resonate. It's the Texas Longhorns and the LSU Tigers. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Holly Grove.
Guys, I caught up with the Longhorns head coach before the game. This is a challenging environment, bringing his team in here against a very quality opponent. This has so many implications for postseason, rankings, strength of schedule, all of those metrics. But more important, he knows how hard it is to get a win here on the road. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. Kick off first, and here we go. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. RPO complete to open the drive. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. You saw it on that last play.
They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Durham. And he make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looks as if he's going to run it. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
Might have a chance. Good pick up there as he gets the first down. They'll mark him at the 48.
And, man, you don't have to be a great play caller to give that guy the football, right? Like, feature him. The offense goes through him. You've got to love this running back. And he just finds a way to make those chunk plays like he just did, setting the tone. And, Palmer, sometimes the defense, they need to see you for a second so they realize how fast, how powerful.
Breaks free in the middle. Into the house. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals.
And it's the game-breaking speed you see right there. He takes it all the way to the house. It's that speed. That's the reason why a lot of people thought if he had declared for the NFL draft, he would have been playing on Sundays now. There's just not a lot of running backs in college football that can run like this guy.
And it's so nice to have that guy back. Like, to keep that guy on your roster, it's like recruiting the best player in the country, right? You got one of the best backs. To be able to keep that guy on your roster was the big offseason coup. Like, you mentioned the NFL can also transfer, can go make money elsewhere. To keep him on the roster, and he shows you why. This guy is the catalyst, one of the best in the country at his spot.
Here's Arts to throw. Got a man. It's Lockett. They corral him out of bounds. Mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll run it out of the gun with Brown. He'll be stopped after picking up 5, and boy, did he lower those pads and keep those feet moving.
These running backs nowadays, they're built so low to the ground, thick and compact, but fast and shifty. They're just so hard to tackle. And you can see he just does a great job breaking tackles, breaking tackles. He does this consistently. That's why he's really hard to stop at the running back spot.
This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
They are calling for their defense in Baton Rouge. A huge third down coming up. Now here's Manning. Escapes the pressure to his right. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
And this is going to be the matchup for this defense all game long, containing the QB speed, because he can get out and he can roll. Nice job early in this football game, judging his speed, getting out there, getting the sack, and most importantly, getting a hit on him early in this football game so he can physically feel you, and those hits can start to add up throughout a football game.
So the LSU Tiger offense comes out to start this drive. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Unloads to the wideout. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Love the physicality of the secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
You make up the game plan, and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. He wants to change this route. On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. In with the pick six. Touchdown, Longhorns!
And this is exactly what you dream about for a defense. Forcing the big turnover, making the pick, and then putting points on the board yourself. Great play by the defense.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And he puts through the extra point. He'll bring it out. It's Wilson. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
That's a really nice job holding that pass in, and you think LSU has just been such a breeding ground in recent years for receivers. Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, OBJ, Jarvis Landry, they all have the ability to make a play anywhere on the field, and that's what this guy can do. You can line him up anywhere. He can run routes at all three levels of the secondary. The defense
got a little grass. At the 20. Touchdown, LSU. And what
30-plus yards out of your running back and he can make big plays like this, man, it's hard to call a lot of passes. I'm just going to feed this guy the rock.
And the extra point splits the uprights. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Texas offense. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score, already down 14-7. It's complete to the left. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
Man, is it going to be fun trying to stop this passing offense at Texas. Not only do you have to deal with Arch Manning throwing the football, but you got Wingo outside with all that speed, David. You bring in Cam Coleman from Auburn with his size and speed. So who do you cover if you're on defense?
Yeah, we didn't even mention the running backs who you bring in, too, who are studs. So, like, they're studs all over the field. This is an offense that, Sark, when they really get it going, man, the passing game becomes elite. And they can do so many good things to you. But just Cam Coleman and the ability to catch the football when he's not open. Like, it's second to none. Look forward to watching him and the Arch connection and how it grows.
Arch Madness. Plucks it out of the air. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. And, Jesse, you have a slot receiver like this. He can create matchup nightmares for a defense.
No doubt about it, Reese. And him and this quarterback, they really are on the same page. He's so deliberate with his route running. The quarterback knows exactly where he's going to be and when he's going to be there. And that's why they're so tough to stop.
They'll give it to Brown.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. To the air. It's Manning. Quarterback on the move, still looking. He can't make the connection. It'll be incomplete. He can scramble, but couldn't create anything there.
Well, that one falls incomplete, but you know this guy is a big part of their passing attack. You saw the last game out. He had multiple catches from the running back position. They are going to try to get that established in this game.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Manning trying to quiet this crowd. Bought a little time, lets it go. Another incompletion on third down.
Well, the defense watched film last week. They saw this running back catch multiple passes, and that hasn't been the case today. They are clamping down on him, always aware of him, especially in the passing game, and so far they've taken him away.
Kicks it high, and it's just hanging there as if it has helium in it and floating down toward the earth. They stop him immediately, flying down the field, and get to him before he can even get started. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. They'll start on the ground with Durham. And they'll move the chains, and a good way to wrap up the first quarter. Guys, LSU has the lead here. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Scanning the field, it's Levin. It's caught. No chance to run, but still a good gain.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw and pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
The Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Running inside, it's Durham. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44. Purple and gold's got this running game going right now. You don't want to get overzealous here, but this is a type of talent that could do what Leonard Fournette almost did when he nearly got to 2,000 yards in a season.
And I love when commentators say, I don't want to get over myself and get overzealous and get too excited. He's having a day. Get excited. This dude's a beast.
Looking to throw on first down. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. Got him downfield. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
It's so much nicer when you're a defensive coordinator and you're calling plays and you know exactly where that quarterback is going to be. This guy, not the case. He needs to scramble. He just scrambles out of the pocket and still makes big-time plays.
Here's a give to Durham. Stopped after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Might as well stick with him. Defense holds their ground. Pickup of a yard. It's at the 26.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Dropping back, it's Levitt. Snagged out of the air. Headed to the end zone. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Tigers.
One thing this team has shown early this year, it does not take them long to find their footing. They get off to fast starts. That was critical for them, winning their first game, and you've seen it here in this one too. They show up ready to go. There's no sleepwalking. I think you got to give this coaching staff a ton of credit for putting their players in good positions to have success.
And they tacked on the extra point. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
You know, God bless Texas, because they can lose great running backs, and they just go into the portal and they get a great running back. Oh, no, they got 2 great running backs. To get Smothers, to get Brown to come over, obviously guys with experience at big-time universities. I expect Texas to be able to run the football and, Jesse, have one of the best 1-2 punches in all of college football.
Yeah, I mean, they want to come play with Arch Manning, let's be honest. And they know it's an offense that defenses are going to be worried about the deep ball, throwing it downfield. So a lot of soft boxes to run into, and there's really no excuse for why these running backs shouldn't absolutely stat it up this year. Steve Sarkisian told us they're going to be committed to running the football and having balance because of those names you just mentioned. We're expecting this running game to be elite.
Try the right side with Brown. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
That play had 0 shot. They got to do a better job up front, creating some running lanes. The running back, before he could go anywhere, getting tackled, nowhere to go.
Better get that seismograph ready here in Death Valley. Huge third down coming. Now here's Manning. Got it. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer. But you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
They'll run it out of the gun with Brown. Got enough for the first. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. The Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. Might as well give it to him again. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
And I go back to him again, too, man. I mean, just the big play, the play before, and they say, why not? Try it again, get it to their running back, try to create some space. Better job by the defense being gap sound, coming downhill, not letting him break tackles and make a big play.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Manning. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Right on the money. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13.
Well, this team found themselves in a hole really quickly. Good things need to start happening, and they got to happen now. There's a big play that the offense desperately needed. A big pitch and catch. That's going to give them some confidence. That hopefully shifts the momentum their way a little bit. But they've got to cap this off now with a touchdown cut into their opponent's lead.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Quarterback running on the draw. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Manning tries to pick it up on 3rd down. Got his man on the right. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the 1st down. Timeout called by LSU. That's their 2nd. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. 4th down, and this crowd trying to help this defense rise to the occasion. 4th down, Manning. Escapes the pressure going right. Unloaded just as he throws. It's incomplete, and they stop him on 4th down.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Looking for room. It's Hall. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Might be changing the route. The give to Caden Durham. They'll just run the ball in the middle of the field and watch that clock continue to wind here late in the first half. Now the Longhorns will call the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. It'll be 3rd and long. Maybe a crease. The 40. The 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Tigers. He found some open space and turned on the Jets. That's his 3rd touchdown of the game, and he just has 4 now on the season.
I mean, let's go. That's a day's worth of yards right there on 1 carry. The home run hitter takes the snap, gets the football. He does the rest, shows off the speed, taking it 90-plus yards to the house.
And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Arch is going to throw for it. They're working that left side. And he won't quite get there. But boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. 1 more snap coming before halftime. Back to throw, it's Manning. Fires downfield. The pass is incomplete, and 1 second is left.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Getting a little fancy with a give to the wide receiver here. That did not fool anybody. The defense right there to knock him down for the big loss. And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the books, and time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football studio with scores from around the country.
Fellows, welcome in to our EA Sports Studios here in Orlando, the Week 2 edition of our College Football Update Show. We begin with the Texas A&M Aggies taking on the BYU Cougars.
The Texas offense makes its way out to begin the drive. They come into this 3rd quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score. I get a stop. I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be 1 drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops, so this is a critical drive here for this offense.
He's got an open man. There he goes. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. Hookem is hooking up with some big plays in the passing game.
Yeah, finding their guys down the field. You think about offenses that Texas usually have, some form of spread, and then find those elite guys on the outside that can win those matchups for you and make those big plays.
He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it. On 2nd and 10, a 4 wide out set, trips right. Throwing Manning. Stepping to the right. Got out of trouble and throws. On target. Knocked off his feet.
And I like a good check down as much as anybody. Survey the field, don't make a mistake. Check it down to your running back, let him do the rest. But there was 2 guys right next to him. So that was actually a little bit of a dangerous throw, but you could tell they were definitely locked in, and they were not going to let that running back catch that football and go anywhere after the catch.
Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
You're down. Obviously, at the half, you had a conversation. We got to come out and put points on the board. And, Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing or they're winning, come out here and try to be the most physical unit here in the second half. Get this run game established.
They want to get the ball in the hands of playmakers, and they did, but this time the defense up to the challenge.
And when you slide that running back out of the backfield, like I'm thinking pass, I got to be locked in, and I got to see him, and as the linebackers have to see him and understand when the quarterback throws him the football, I got to break on it, and everybody's got to corral him because he's so dangerous after the catch.
This offense was just hoping for one big play. They finally got it. They're trailing big in this game, and they needed that pitch and catch to put them on the doorstep to make this a game again. Give them credit. They never lost their confidence. They never stopped being aggressive, and finally, two guys hook up. Massive play for the offense.
To throw, Manning. He's got the back in the middle. He'll get it all the way down to the 8-yard line, and the defense is feeling the heat.
And that's a nice job by this offense. They got to find a way to continue to string good plays together. They've had a few, but they haven't put 3, 4, 5, 6 together, putting a drive like this together. Now, let's go pay this thing off and punch it in the end zone.
And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
And after that strong play on first down, they're right on the cusp of a score. 2nd and goal. Tries it on the steep. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It's starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the third quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative play. They've got the opponent going backwards.
This offense in dire need of a touchdown. It's 3rd and goal, but this is probably 4-down territory. Go straight ahead. And he's in. Touchdown, Texas. Oh, the offense shows some life here and cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down, but this is a great start to getting back in this ballgame.
Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. 75 yards on the touchdown drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Fielded in the end zone, it's Wilson. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They come out for the first time in this second half. The lead a little smaller than when they went to the locker room, and they'll try to answer here. Gets it to him on the screen. The Tigers have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. The give to Caden Durham. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage and got it out to the 41 with a first down. And he has got it rolling. He may be running toward that Bayou Bengal record book. Tyron Davis-Price, Leonard Fournette, and that single-game rushing record territory.
Yeah, and that means you're having a heck of a day. That means you're showing off all the goods, too, with speed and being able to break tackles. And this defense knows they're running the football, but this LSU run game is too dynamic right now.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Quarterback making checks. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Fires to the big fella. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
The run inside. It's Durham.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off. And really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive points.
So now it's 2nd and long. On the run, it's Hall. There's some room. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
You can tell, man, really made a point for this offense to run the football, to be physical and defensively. Already getting behind in this football game, not stopping the run on this drive. They've got to get more aggressive. They've got to get more physical on that line of scrimmage.
Run in the red zone, it's Durham. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Runs it into the house. Touchdown, LSU!
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
And they did tack on the extra point. What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Here's Manning to throw. On target.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's 3rd best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
And the Longhorns in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Dropping back, it's Manning. It's complete on the right side. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd period. Guys, LSU has the lead here. This has been utter domination through 3 quarters, and the stats will back that up. One final period to play, and we'll see who can grab that W as we start the 4th. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Wants to throw it again, and why not? Picked off. What a play to set him up. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's pass, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Handoff, Caden Durham. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks with the first down.
And this offense has really done a nice job on the ground. Like, the ground game has been solid, man. Nice job opening holes, running the football. They've been consistent with the run. And as this game creeps along, right, if they can continue to do this with the lead, this is going to be a game that they're going to have in hand.
In the red area, it's Hall. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They'll keep it on the ground. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
And the Tigers will try to put one on the board on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Nothing doing. He is stopped short of the goal line.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
They'll try it again from the one on second and goal. Motion from the back. A run for the quarterback. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
Loving what I'm seeing from this offense this week. Talking to them, they felt like last week's win was a lot closer than what it should have been. They didn't play to their full potential, but they did that here in this game. When they're hitting on all cylinders, they are scary.
And the extra point is good. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week.
And the defense is good with that. Get pressure on the quarterback. Get him outside the pocket. You know it's a passing situation. Play half the field now. This defense is in a good spot, and you can tell they're ready to rush this quarterback.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. Here's Arch to throw. Makes the grab. Out of bounds at the 27-yard line, and this offense needed a play like that.
Well, you got to think here offensively that you may have 2 more possessions in this game. You can still win, but you've got to be aggressive. You've got to start taking shots vertically down the field, throwing to your best players.
Looking to throw, it's Manning. Not quite in rhythm there, incomplete.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes, bring the speed on the field, and get ready to play the pass.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Fires to the wideout. Got his man. Gets it out to the 38-yard line after picking up 10 on that one.
Quarterback and receiver on the same page there on the curl route. Nice job by the receiver finding the soft spot in zone and just settling down, making that throw a whole bunch easier.
Pushes ahead for 1. It's second and 9.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Makes the grab on the left. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
If I had told you that one of the best quarterbacks in all of college football is going to have less than 200 yards passing in this game, you might not have had that on your bingo card, but that's what's in fact happened. This defense has done an outstanding job getting pressure on him like they did right there, getting the sack.
Firing to the right, complete. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield.
And offensively, I love running these drag routes. I mean, these are the routes that, whether it's zone, whether it's man, they're so successful. It's just about seeing what the defense is doing and getting it to them in open space. Nice job. The wide receiver has some space after the catch, able to go make extra yards. Nice pitch and catch.
Manning lines up in the gun on third down. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Finds his big tight end. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
Well, it feels like everybody else on offense has been getting some in the passing game this drive. Finally, they get the tight end going, too. He's like, dude, I'm good, and I'm open. Throw me the ball. And that's exactly where their quarterback goes. He's feeling it right now. He's distributing the football to a bunch of different people. In the defense right now, they have no idea who's getting it next.
Finds the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle.
And this game is obviously out of hand. But I think the fans would argue, too, at this point, like, all right, well, let's not throw checkdowns, right? Let's throw some deep balls and continue to open up this offense and keep fighting. I think that's what you want to see. You want to see your squad not quit. Keep fighting until the very end of the football game.
Ball is at the 20. They'll try to convert this third and short. Manning from the gun on third down. Got a man in the middle. Touchdown, Longhorn! And they take it in for 6 more points. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. Right down the middle. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they close the deal with a 20-yard pass for 6.
Number 96, set to kick this one.
He'll bring it out. It's Wilson. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. They'll get this drive going from the 17. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
This is an area of the game. On offense, you've got to be able to run the football well. You've got the lead in the fourth quarter, and obviously you're in your own end here, but you want to bleed the clock. You want to stay on the field and keep getting first down, so you have to be able to run it.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Here's a give to Durham. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26.
And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop them. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to figure some things out. Practice this week, I can promise you, will not be a lot of fun with these coaches.
They'll try to bully their way for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. And they'll take a knee, the universal symbol for we have this thing in hand. Plenty of work to do here on second and long.